Okay, so I'm gonna kind of try a different format when talking about Belle Collective. I feel like, unlike other shows, like I also recap 90 Day Fiancé, it's kind of hard to do like each individual person because, yes, they have different segments, but a lot of them just interact with each other because obviously it's a reality show and it's about them living in the same town and being, entrepreneurs in Jackson. So I'm gonna kind of try a new format. Hopefully it works. We shall see. Okay, so at the beginning of this episode, we kind of see the aftermath of the "come here" comment by Kaylon to Marie. As I recapped before, Marie and Kaylon were kind of going back and forth about it. Please go watch my other recap about my thoughts about the whole thing, especially when it comes to Kaylon. But in this episode, like I said before, the congressman had left, and there was an elder there who was really trying to settle things. Eventually the women listened to her, but Kaylon did remove herself from the situation and she just left, which I agree. I feel like she shouldn't have been there in the first place, but that's none of my business. So yeah, Kaylon left, and then eventually Letitia was able to talk about her Ferris Street project, and I just have to say that I find Letitia very inspiring. She is doing things in Jackson. Like I said before in my other recaps, you hear about people wanting to buy back the block. I guess people do, but you don't actually get to see the process. It's usually something that's kind of done out of the public eye. You don't really get to see the whole vision come to life, so to speak, or behind the scenes what's going on. So Letitia is very inspiring, and at the end of the brunch, Marie and Essie, I believe her name is, actually came to Letitia and said that they would help her with her project, and I find that that's really great that she's getting people behind her, and hopefully, very soon she'll be able to get the project going. Okay, so later on we see Latrice, and Latrice is talking with Mel about her brand, and Clip comes in and he tells her some news about her brother. She said that her and her brother are very close. I think she said they were born on the same day, or they're like one day apart and born different years, but either way, her and her brother were very close, and she found out through Cliff that her brother had gotten married, and she was not very excited about that. She was kind of blindsided by the news because she was like, why wouldn't he come to me and tell me this? Why do I have to find it out from someone else? Which I agree. If my brother got married and I found out from like someone else, I would also be upset. And then we see that Antoinette is showing more about her practice, and I think it was just in this episode, maybe it was a previous episode, she's actually mentioning that she wants to do dentistry and yoga. She said that yoga really helps her, and she really wants to, help others. So she showed that in her dentistry practice, she's actually going to have a yoga space where on the weekend she plans on doing yoga classes, and I thought that was so exciting. And also, the one time I agree with Kaylon, Kaylon was coming to like visit her practice, and I don't even think they had drywall up at this point, and Antoinette was saying how she plans on opening in like 4 weeks, and I know things can go quickly when it comes to construction. I mean, you can drive by it one day and it's like empty, and then the next day it's completely done. When you have hands on deck, it can be done, but I too was surprised. And once again, Antoinette kind of addressed the whole brunch thing in the confessional, but she didn't really talk to Kaylon much about it in person. And I don't know if she talks about it with her, off camera, but I really wish that she just would have said what she said in the confessional, but said it to her in person. So we see that Glenn, who is Letitia's husband, has come home, and if you don't remember, he has like an odd schedule with work. I think he works like 28 days or something like that on a boat, and then he comes home for like 2 weeks. And Letitia mentioned to him that he is going, sorry, I'm hearing noises. Letitia mentions to him that he's really going to have to step up because she's trying to get this project done, and he's going to have to kind of pull his weight. And at first, he agrees. He's like, yeah, I understand. But we see in a clip, like the next day or something like that, she was on the phone with I guess it was like a potential, I don't think it was an investor, but it's someone that she needed to help get her project going, a potential client or partner. And he comes in and he's saying, oh, there's nothing to eat. And she's like, well, make yourself a sandwich. And then he goes off and he starts like vacuuming and stuff like that. And he comes to her saying that he can't handle it. He feels like they need to drop a contract because he feels neglected. And I was so confused. It was like she told him, hey, for years I've been supporting you. Right now I can't, do what I've always done. I'm going to need your help, even just for a little while, because I have a lot of things going on. And I promise you guys, I think it was one day he couldn't go without all of the attention being on him, and he's like, I need a new. Okay, cue awkward. Okay, cue awkward cut. As I was saying about Glenn, he could not take that the attention was not on him. And like I said in the video, she blatantly expressed to him, hey, I really need you to like step up, help me out, do whatever you can. This project is important to me, so I cannot really put all my attention on you. Like I said, he couldn't handle one day. He wanted a contract to kind of renegotiate, I guess, her roles. I don't know what exactly he wanted. But like I was saying, I think that they worked it out in the confessional where he finally understood, like, this is not about me. I'm not 100% sure. But Glenn, do better. Okay, so last but not least, we have Latrice. And as I mentioned previously, Latrice was upset because she found out some potential news about her brother through Cliff. And she had a celebration because, as she also mentioned, she has lost a lot of men in her life, one particularly her brother. And so she was having a celebration to really celebrate his life, and all of her family members were there, and Antoinette and Mel were also there. And so they came together and they planted 2 trees. I think it was for 2 of her brothers. But they planted 2 trees for her brother, and people said some really thoughtful things about their life and celebrating them. And then she sat down with her brother and they kind of addressed the situation. And it turns out that her brother had a child with another woman, a different woman than the one he's dating now. And the mother of his child and his child moved in with his mom. And he felt awkward bringing his new girlfriend around the family because then his ex would be there also. So he didn't want any conflict going on, and I guess Latrice didn't really see it that way. I think she did mention in the confessional that they liked his ex better than his current girlfriend, so of course that's gonna create some tension as well. But he was sticking by his woman, and he said, hey, I really need you guys to respect this. This is why I'm not coming around. She feels some type of way, y'all feel some type of way, and then I'm stuck in the middle. He basically stood his ground, and I think at the end, Latrice really understood his point of view on the matter. So they got up and like gave each other a hug, and that was really nice to see. But I'm glad that she was able to figure it out. I have to say, this is really sidebar, diverting from the whole situation. I think for pretty much everyone, they really share a lot about their lives on the show. Um, yeah, they share a lot about their lives on the show. It's a little bit of drama, mixed in there. Sometimes a lot of drama depending on the episodes. But I really enjoy the show. They all have different aspects that they are dealing with in their personal lives. Like Antoinette is dealing with the fact that she's young and she's divorced, and what is she supposed to do now? Letitia had mentioned in the first episode that there was like some infidelity in her marriage, and her husband hasn't been featured that much, but she's trying to find that balance kind of work life. Marie has the issues that she has with her son, and then she's running the business, and then she's sharing more about her personal life with her marriage. And Latrice really talks about the issues that she has, especially the next episode, which I'm also going to recap. Watch out for that one. Shameless plug. But she kind of talks about growing up and how, she has abandonment issues with men leaving her, and Tamber talks infertility journey or fertility journey. Jeez, edit that out, Trishelle. But Tamber talks about her fertility journey and trying to figure out, career and kids, and they each have different aspects. And I think especially for the Tambra, she is always forthcoming about her 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 journey into like motherhood and career, and I really appreciate that. I'm really enjoying the show. I haven't seen anything on whether it has been renewed or anything like that. I guess we'll have to see. Maybe I should actually do my research, because me saying I haven't seen anything, I really mean that I haven't looked it up. So, yeah, as I said, I'm really enjoying the show, and stay tuned for episode 6. Sorry, like I said, I didn't feel well. Stay tuned for episode 6, and it is coming soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.